Alright, so here's a rundown of degrees and commentary at the time of this video. And don't get used to this, because this will probably be the only time I do multi-degree commentaries, because I find them to be very confusing to follow, especially when it comes to whoever's talking and what points they're trying to make. So for the sake of this video, and to limit the confusion, I decided to edit this video where I'm just going after the points that Kirby Star is making. But if you need full context of whatever's being talked about, then I would suggest watching the original video, because you would be saving yourself a whole lot more time.
Alright, woo, got material, awesome. Now I can finally make that Halloween comm I was hoping to make so much in... Oh, wait a minute. It's the 3rd of November. Fuck. Well, that's gonna be a problem. What if I call it a belated Halloween special?
You know, if you're going to stretch out this joke about being late for Halloween for the entire introduction, could you at least use more than one image for your avatar? Because ignoring how several times in your commentary the image you're using doesn't fit with what you're saying, but with there being literally only one pixel of glasses gold that you use for all of your points, not only screams laziness, but it's pretty unappealing to look at. It's barely more engaging than just talking while showing a black screen the whole time.
You know what I consider to be more lazy? Going to Google image search and just finding whatever picture's there. I mean, seriously, most of your avatar images are in poor quality. I mean, if you're seriously going to take the time and effort to nitpick at somebody for using one image, then the least you can do is find some better images to use than pixelated cat. It's like I'm watching a video on my NES. And so that way I don't drag this point on too long, I kind of want to mention this. I've noticed a lot of commentators like to use artwork from other artists, which you seem to use a lot of that in this video, and I highly doubt you even asked the artists for permission to use this artwork. Just because it's on Google image search does not mean that it is considered fair use, and they could easily take down your video if they wanted to. Or if you're not going to ask them for permission, at least have the common courtesy to put their DeviantArt page link in the description.
Oh my god, you actually are putting words in her mouth. Okay. It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? Alright, so what Tamashi was saying was very simple. She was saying the color pink and Lapani don't mix very well together. That's it.
Wow, you really didn't pay attention to what Tamashi was saying, did you? So according to you, all Tamashi was saying was that pink and Lapani don't blend together well. So if that really was what Tamashi was saying, why didn't she say anything about shiny Lapani looking unappealing? Why did she say that she couldn't see Lapani as anything other than a walking stereotype? Why did she show several images of pink objects and pink characters that are generally associated with girls? And here's my personal favorite question. Why did she say this line?
But of course it makes that difficult for me to see Lopunny as anything other than a walking stereotype, not helped by the fact that his shiny sprite is pink. Of course it's pink.
I don't know about you, but that kinda sounds like Tamashi is saying that Lopunny's shiny form being pink makes it harder for her to think of Lopunny as anything other than a stereotype. It's not putting words into her mouth when she's basically flat out saying it.
But he just said the same thing that you just said. Only he misquoted her, mind you, but it's the same point. Sure, he didn't mention the whole stereotype thing, but her biggest complaint in this whole segment was the fact that Lapani is pink. Hell, she made a joke about it. Like, she focused more on that than anything else. So he's not really putting words in her mouth, because he didn't change her initial point.
Oh, and there's one other thing I actually forgot to mention. This video from Tamashi Hiroka was not released this year. It wasn't released last year. It wasn't even released the year before that. It was released in 2014.
Please don't tell me you're going where I think you're going with this.
You can't hit a video from 3 years ago and treat it like it's been made recently to point out critique, because honestly, as someone who's watched Tamashi Hiroka on and off the past couple of years, she learned from most of these mistakes. So, you know, hitting a video from this far back just seems utterly pointless to me.
Oh my god, he's grasping his last breath! Oh wait, false alarm.
Okay, I'll give you that you gave a reason besides the video simply being old for why he shouldn't critique it, but this point still annoys the hell out of me.
I don't see how it could annoy you, but carry on.
First of all, if the problems of an old video are problems that the creator still suffers in the present, then there's no reason why the video shouldn't be commentated on.
But isn't that point kinda subjective? I mean, you're talking about a video from 2014. This is 2017 now. And also, just because you guys found her videos to be bad back then, that doesn't mean that she couldn't have improved now. So your point is arbitrary.
And even if overly opinionated wasn't referring to present videos when he said most, I'd still have issues with how you said that Tamasi improved. You don't show any examples of videos from her where she saw an improvement, don't give any actual reasoning for how she improved, you just say it.
Again, this is arbitrary. Also, you're asking Kuromi to provide evidence that Tamashi has improved. Where is your evidence where she hasn't improved? You never list any of the problems that are still prevalent in Tamashi's videos currently. So no, the burden of proof is in your hands, because you're the one that believes that Tamashi has not improved. And plus, I actually checked Tamashi's channel, and to be quite honest, she has come a long ways, and plus, her audience still enjoys her content, so this is arbitrary. What you are stating here.
Now I know that this commentary of yours was unscripted, so I'm not expecting you to give an essay for how Tamasi improved. But it would be nice if you gave some sort of reasoning instead of just expecting us to take your word for it.
And you are doing the exact same thing, sir. So how can we take your words into account?
But here's the major thing that you seem to have overlooked. See, the person being commentated on isn't the only person who can use the criticism as a way to improve themselves. Other viewers can take the criticisms towards the person being commentating on and use that as a general idea, either for how not to make a video, or possible points they could make for future commentaries if they find a video that has the same problems.
And that's all fine and well to give people criticism and feedback on their videos, but the way you're going about it is very arbitrary. And that's the key word for this commentary. You think that you're speaking for everybody, but you're really not. You're only speaking for yourself. And I can safely say after watching this video, you are no commentary expert, as there are plenty of problems with your video, and hopefully you take my criticisms into account.
TLDR, your points were bad, your presentation was lazy, and I finally commentated on all the Irish commentators! That I know of, at least.
Well, aren't you a racist bastard?